Hello, and welcome to another episode of How Have You Never Seen This? I'm your host, Danielle Soto. My guest today is a very close friend, a very talented improv comedian, and just an all-around good guy. Give it up for Phil Gould. So, Phil, before we get started with the movie that you chose for me today, we have one piece of something to clear up. So if you watched last week's episode with Katie Zeisler, the answer to the trivia question is Hercules. So, Phil.
The question was, who is weaker than Phil?
So, Phil, what movie did you choose for me to watch that I have never seen before?
George Miller's 2015, 14 or 15 action spectacular, Mad Max Fury Road.
It says on the TV there, 2015.
2015, George Miller's 2015 action spectacular, Mad Max Fury Road.
And Phil, why did you choose this movie?
I chose it because it's very possibly the greatest action movie ever made. George Miller, a virtuoso of the genre, and also because it has deep personal meaning and significance, or should, for absolutely everybody who sees it, as an allegory for what it's like to try and live now in the waning stages of capitalism, with feminist overtones, as well as rad car chases.
Phil, when was the first time you saw this movie?
I saw it when it came out several times in theaters, because it was just such a joyful theatrical experience. I don't remember the first one. I think I went by myself to the Vista, the best theater in the world. And then I know I saw it at some point with our good friend Doug Dixon, an LA comedy mainstay and all-around good dude.
Shout out Doug Dixon.
Doug Dixon.
And Phil, do you think that I will like this movie?
I think had you seen it in theaters properly, or in My Amazing Home Theater, definitely. Seeing it under sort of compromised conditions in a living room where it's not surrounding you and where there's the potential for distractions, it's possible that it won't have the same impact, but I think really anybody should love this movie. And like I say, I think it's very possibly the greatest action movie ever made, and the box quote on my DVD backs me up.
Great. So we're going to pause recording. We're going to make some popcorn. You like popcorn?
I do like popcorn.
And then we're going to turn on Mad Max Fury Road. Are there any furries in this movie?
No. All right, we just watched Mad Max Fury Road. Danielle, what did you think of the movie?
Okay, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I really liked it.
Good.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, that's the greatest action movie ever made. How could you not?
Stunned. I was like, I'm not gonna like this. It's not my style. It's not my type of movie. And then about halfway through, I was like glued to the screen.
Yeah,
glued.
I think it's pretty inescapably compelling. I will go to any screening of this movie I see happening in the movie theater.
It was wild.
Yeah.
It was so wild. So first, I gotta say, I really liked that there was a guitar player on one of the cars.
His name is the Doof Warrior, and I can wax philosophical about any part of this movie, but the Doof Warrior in particular, I'm very fond of.
That was stunning.
Yeah.
Also,
well, if you look at it as this is where I get boring. If you look at it like I do, as a metaphor for just like all the shitty, decadent evils of society always bearing down on us, the Doof Warrior is like the artist who's found the only way that he can still practice his art in this world.
I feel like central casting was just like, we're looking for people who are weird. Look weird, act weird, feel weird.
Yeah. Well,
looking for people who are weird.
Central casting in, I think, Tunisia?
Oh, was that not? No.
Yeah, no, it's all filmed in Africa.
That's not CGI the whole time?
No.
I thought it was in front of blue screen.
No. That's the other insane thing about this movie, is that like almost everything you see is real. Like there's a certain amount of like compositing going on, but all those cars exist in real life. All those explosions really happen in some way.
I think that's part of the reason.
Yeah, that's why it's compelling in part.
I think that's part of the reason I wasn't attached at first, was because I was like, this is just like a demonstration on CGI.
No, they did it.
Dang!
Yep.
That's crazy. And also, there were parts that reminded me of a music video featuring the Spice Girls for a song called Say You'll Be There.
That music video was probably inspired by one of the previous movies in this film franchise.
I don't know.
No, I think I know what you're talking about. I think it overtly was. Yeah.
Also, I made 2 bags of popcorn, and at the beginning, Phil was like, "You're making 2 bags of popcorn?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I like to eat a lot of popcorn." I wouldn't have made 2 bags if you had told me there were Victoria's Secret supermodels in this movie.
I think Rosie Huntington Whiteley might actually be a Victoria's Secret model.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I found it to be very exciting. I thought that the choreography, I don't even know how you explain to a studio how to make this movie.
Well, more behind the scenes factoids. This movie took like 10 years in development to make, just because of like turnover and whatnot. So part of why it's so good is that while all that was happening, George Miller, the director, was storyboarding every single frame.
Wow.
So like there was just like a room that had the entire movie in pictures on it.
I just thought like it would have...
It's like the most meticulously planned movie.
I thought it would have taken 10 years because it was like the conversation in the pitch meeting would have been like, okay, and there's cars, but they're chasing each other through the desert. Yeah. And then they're like, but then what? And they're like, what do you mean?
No, that's it. That's the movie.
That's it.
Thesis. One of the thesis statements that hope is a mistake. If you can't fix what's broken, you'll go mad. Or no, you'll go insane. They don't quite say half the name of the title. But which I love. You know, we were like trained by so many other movies to think like, you know, something's going to come and save us, or you know, you're going to magically make it. You're going to go be that movie star that you always wanted to be, or whatever. And to say no, that's not. Don't hope. Just like fix your problems. Do what you have to do.
Okay. So for next time, you can answer this trivia question, and then in the next video, I'll reveal the answer. The trivia question.
Do they get a prize?
Nobody ever answers it. Nobody's ever done it before. I don't think.
If they theoretically did, but it's because you're not offering a prize.
Do you want a prize?
Yes.
Okay. The question is, Mad Max, what is his blood type? And I'll give you a hint. It's the same as mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Handy to know if I'm ever stabbed.
So, Phil, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really, really glad that you came on and showed me Mad Max
Fury Road.
Fury Road. If I tell people I saw this movie, I could just say Fury Road.
Yeah, they'll mostly know. Yeah. Or, I mean, most people will probably know if you just say Mad Max. So most people may not be aware that it's part of a larger franchise.
Okay. Well, I hope you come back and show me more movies.
We were going to go through the whole franchise except Beyond Thunderdome.
And to all my viewers out there, we'll see you at the movies. But I probably won't because I don't go to them.